Okay, it's Wednesday. This is take 72. Pretty sure I got it.
I believe you have my stapler.
Oh, God. Sorry about that,
I'm going
fellas.
to burn his face down. If I don't get my paycheck,
Kyle's losing his mind over there.
I asked for no salt, but there's salt on the rim. Going to write the
He's
complaint.
just upset. We're not going to see Coyote Johnson's.
We're not.
Well, it's in Red Oak, Iowa.
Dude, get the helicopter.
Get to the chalk.
If I owned 113 classic muscle cars and on a farm that I also owned, would you guys call me Coyote?
Whatever you want.
I'd call you whatever you.
I think that's why he's Coyote. It's kind of like George Costanza and T-Bone.
Yeah.
What did he
It's
decide to
called
call
the
him?
other guy.
Yeah.
It was his buddy got called
And what was
put
he
out there, so he called T-Bone, and it blew up in his face.
Yeah, what did they decide to call George? It was like Coco the Monkey or something. Oh, goodness. That's good stuff. Yeah. So, for the 77th time, this guy owns 113 classic muscle cars, and he's decided to sell 93 of them, and we don't know why, and who cares at this point.
Well, I talked about it.
Yeah. I feel like I've had this conversation a few times now. Yeah. So, I'm going to blame Bill for our technical troubles. So, Bill Coyote Johnson, you suck, and so does your car collection. I'm just kidding. I wish I had it. But, you know what, though? I'd be selling them, too. I would. 93 cars, or 113 cars, I could... That means he's keeping 20. That's pretty good.
Drive a different one every day.
Yeah. I
Or
could see that
7,
compromise.
one every day of the week.
You see that compromise with the wife, right? If April's like, Kyle, you have 113. And you're like, well, what if I just keep 20?
Okay. How about some shoes?
Yeah. I think, yes, I think so. Yeah. That was interesting. Yeah, so them Lions. I think we're all...
Speaking of things that suck,
Yeah, speaking of things that suck. They lost. They don't look good from the second and third string. The first string does look good, though. I mean, they do. So, I'm not saying that that's going to hold up when, other teams are really trying to kill Stafford and we find out if the line can hold anybody. But, I don't know. They look pretty good, don't they? I don't know. So I'm going to say, I'm the optimist. I'm going to say, best case scenario, they go 10-6. How about that?
10.
6-10? That's realistic.
Between, can I say 7.5? 7.5 wins plus, over and.
Oh my God! Are you saying they're going to draw? Don't they have ties still? That'd be the worst.
The kick went off the upright.
That's like going 0-16 in one game.
That's like a lot of things. That's like almost getting there.
Yeah.
And
Maybe you sneeze really hard. A lot of snot comes out of your nose. You can't finish. Was that too specific?
You need
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know about them Lions. I don't expect a lot. I do actually. I think if they fail miserably this year, we're in for like a total rebuild. Like they're gonna get rid of everybody. They're gonna start completely over. Kind of like the Dolphins are. I know. That again is exactly right. But you see that with the Dolphins, hey? They're getting rid of every single decent player they have. They got rid of every player you can name on that team is gone. They don't have them anymore. Yeah. It's
the top. It's at the top of the Lions.
Yeah.
But all the
Hang on 1 second. I got someone at the door. I don't know who it is. Yeah. Super Bowl bound. I'm shaking. Sometimes you forget, like, when your little kid's on the phone and, you know, they're answering grandma and they're, like, nodding or shaking their head. That's what I was just doing.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. So, better things. U of M looked really good playing a team they were supposed to murder, which they did. I kind of hate the first game of the year, you know, because they play a team that they paid to play them, usually.
yeah.
And they just beat the ever-living hell out of them, which they kind of did. Did you guys watch it? Did you get to see highlights even? It really wasn't much of a game. I taped it and watched it Saturday night. Like late.
Win by 35? It's 35 points.
It was a lot. But they play Army this weekend, right?
Yeah.
So
good.
How good is Army? Are they any good?
Yeah, they run option like you'd see a high school team run option.
Okay.
Because there aren't too many of those guys going pro, so they're not too worried about quarterback getting killed.
Gotcha. Well, I have high hopes for Michigan, you know, and during the Lloyd Carr years anyway, that was always the bailout of the Lions season is, you know, if you had to get pissed off on Sunday, you know, you knew that watching Michigan play would make you feel better.
Yeah.
I was trying to think of, that was back, who was the left tackle that went to the Dolphins from Michigan?
Jake Long.
Jake Long, that's right. That's right. And then their running back was Mike Hart, right?
Yep.
And he played for Indianapolis for a little while. And what was the quarterback's name then? He played for the Dolphins for a while too. And he was at Jacksonville too for a little while.
Andy? Chad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, they had a great team when those guys were there.
Yep.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Hopefully they're really good this year. Looking forward to watching. They look good against a really small market team. I feel like watching Kyle play me in basketball.
Yeah, I've seen you play.
Hey, I can dribble it between my legs if I really concentrate.
The hard thing for you, you've been down there.
Yeah. It's my low-hanging shorts.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So, I think you seen that Dolph Lundgren and Carl Weathers, of all people, were hanging out at Gold's Gym in Venice, working out together.
Really?
Yeah.
It's pretty wild. Dolph just bought himself a super performance replica of the Shelby Cobra MK3, and he was spotted cruising around town. It's red with white stripes. It's got the chrome Halabrand wheels on it. It's pretty sweet. Sounded really mean. He's like 6'5" or 6'6", so I was surprised he could fit in that little sucker. But they said, or he said, he was telling paparazzi, of course, we're bugging the crap out of him, but he said he loved it. But he said they were there just to hang out and kind of reconnect. But he also threw out the tidbit that if they're doing Expendables 4, that Carl Weathers would be in it. So I think they're getting ready to do Expendables 4.
Oh, gotcha.
I think it's a great idea. I think you can't get enough of 80s nostalgia with that crap. That gratuitous violence, that's what's missing, isn't it?
Why not reboot a movie?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, modern actors, that's the problem. Like, when they put the young guys in the Expendables movie, remember they put Liam Hemsworth, Thor's younger brother, from the Hunger Games?
Yeah.
And he got killed. And they had the rest of their young team, and I think Ronda Rousey was on it. But, or was it Gina Carano? I can't remember now. But, compared to the modern, it's like the Predator movie that they just did. They had all those young guys in it that are supposed to be military, whatever. Didn't you think like the original Predator team would kick the ever living hell out of those guys?
Oh.
Like Billy the Indian would pull his knife out and just slaughter all of them. Yeah, I wasn't impressed, and most of this stuff. It's hard to take people serious in skinny jeans. That's what I have to say about it.
I hear you.
Maybe I should get a pair of skinny jeans, Don't anybody jumping on that.
Oh, you can get a pair. You ain't gonna wear them. They ain't gonna fit. Ain't gonna go on. Not with your man.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I would be pumped to see that. Dolph Lundgren, Carl Weathers, Sylvester Stallone, Expendables 4. Then you got Randy Couture, Terry Crews, the guys that are in all of them. That's money in the bank. I say make it. What do I got next? The GT500. That thing just won't leave the news. They come up with a new thing every week to talk about. And we got two things this week. Hennessy's got the Venom packages. So if the 760 horsepower dual clutch GT500 is not enough for you, they can give you 850 or 1,000 or 1,200 horsepower. No problem. Those guys are crazy. But I like it. I like what they're doing. I don't think I've ever ridden in a car that powerful. Like I'm trying to think if I've even ridden in a. No, I think because you rode in the Shelby GT350. That's got 526, and I've never been in a car that powerful. So my SRT8 was close at 485 or whatever, but that's it.
That was progress.
Pretty wild. And then apparently they were testing the performance of the GT500 against the Shelby GT350 at Graton Raceway, and they ended up resetting the course record and beating out the Viper ACR in the process with the GT500. Julie just showed me a picture. Jordan is passed out in his chair in his room. That's my boy. Mouth hanging open, the whole nine. But, the Viper ACR hasn't been around for a while because, Dodge can never decide if they're keeping it or not keeping it. But That's amazing because the Viper ACR owns track records all over the world at many, many different places. And it's beaten cars that are supercars that you'd recognize now, like McLarens and Porsches and Ferraris and Lambos. So that's really impressive if it can beat an ACR anywhere. Very cool. I think that car is going to be pretty crazy when it finally gets in the hands of buyers. I hope they keep making it though. You know, the 13 and 14 GT500 were amazing, but they only did it for 2 years with that engine.
Trinity engine?
Yeah. Yeah, that's right. The Trinity engine. They also come up with really cool names for their engines. Because what are the standard 5.0 is the Coyote. The Boss 302 engine was the Roadrunner. The GT500, like you said, from 13 and 14 was the Trinity engine. And then the GT350's engine is a Voodoo. And the GT500 is the Predator. So, that's really cool. I like that.
Mm-hmm.
So, dude, you'll love this. NASCAR. You ready for NASCAR? NASCAR has decided, under pressure, to stop featuring any advertising revolving around guns. Now, to be fair, I know they don't want to. They don't want to upset their. They don't want to upset their fans. It seems to be AR related, but some pretty big manufacturers are talking about it. So I'm wondering, does it affect hunting rifles and handguns? How far does this ban go? But can they make worse decisions?
Probably not.
I mean, look. I know the stands aren't full anymore, but but look at them. Look at your base. I can pretty confidently say 100% of their fan base owns guns and are Second Amendment supporters. That is a really weird move for that company.
Yeah.
Yeah. That yeah.
Yeah.
That's like Bernie Sanders going full capitalist. I don't know. I don't think it'd work for him. I don't understand that one. You know, I was talking to someone the other day about it, and I was trying to explain to them, you know, the gun ban and stuff, because I was like, you know what an AR looks like when the ban was on, right? Like, I think the assumption is, and a lot of people think, that means there won't be any AR-15s or any type of rifle like that if this assault weapons ban is on. But you and I know that's not how that works. They just got rid of the flash hiders. They limited the mags to 5 rounds, and the stocks were fixed. That's all they did.
Yep. That was...
So, you know, it's just I don't know what they're trying to accomplish with that one. You know. And so the person I was talking to, I said, "Well, what would you do if it was?" I said, "What you're really talking about, whether you realize it or not, is a semi-automatic weapon, whether it's a rifle or a shotgun or a handgun, and whatever one psychotic killer chooses to use, they're all fairly effective, and you can't get rid of them. You just can't. It's just you got to deal with the sickness." You got to deal with the sickness. But, you know, we're not supposed to label people.
The bull.
Every city needs a fight club. Let people get their anger out.
You know, as long as we're talking about this, so we're talking. I was listening to a comedian, Andrew Schultz, and he was talking about just how screwed up things are right now. And he was talking about how these people who want all these things, and they talk about racism in the South, and they're talking about all these different things about the South and how bad it is. And he's like, I'm from New York. He goes, you never hear about the cops getting called on a black dude barbecuing in his backyard in Alabama. He goes, it's always New York or LA. He's like, these tolerant liberals sure are funny about how they deal with that stuff. I thought that was pretty funny. Because it's true. It's very true.
It's a crazy world.
It is. Yeah, what was that big lady that called the cops on that little black girl that was selling lemonade stand because she didn't have a permit?
Uh-huh.
That was LA.
Oh.
A little kid selling lemonade.
Oh,
You don't have a permit for that, do ya? Oh, that's epic right there. That's epic. Yeah. So enough of that. Although we'll get back to it. The Bugatti Chiron, as you say, is it Chiron or is it Chiron? How do you say that? The new Bugatti just set the world top speed record for a production car. 304.77 miles per hour. That's insane. That's insane for many reasons. I want to know.
What are those tires made of?
Do you think it's like? I don't know. Do you think it feels planted, or do you think you're starting to feel out of control? Like I wonder how that feels.
I don't know. The arrows
gotta
are
have
Yeah.
Formula One car, man. Suck
Yeah.
it.
Well, it's got those buttresses, kind of like the Ford GT, right? That has the pass through that runs over the central cockpit. I don't know. That's wild, but I know 135 in my cars, various cars over the years, feels really fast. So
100 horsepower.
yeah, quad turbo, W16. But it was always for years. It wasn't that cars couldn't go that fast because I mean, top fuel dragsters go over 300 miles an hour. It's not that that's impossible. It was that a production car road tires, they've always felt weren't up to the task. Like if you went that fast, they might come apart. But apparently Michelin built a version of their Cup 2 just for this car, and it can handle it. So, good for them. Everyone's going to want them tires. That's the funny part. I'll get them for the Durango. What do you think? We'll get some new Michelin Cup 2s. In case I need to break 75. Hennessy was the previous king at like 270 some miles an hour, and 300 is the number they've been chasing too. So between them and Koenigsegg, I think it'll be real interesting to see what happens now that it's been done and there's a tire that everybody knows can do it. Because safety was a big part of it.
You know what car Hennessy used for that?
The Venom.
Oh.
That's their proprietary car. Now, interestingly enough, Celine is re-entering the supercar game with their...
that.
Yeah. Yeah, that car at one time was the fastest production car in the world. So it'll be interesting to see if old Steve can put out another one. Shake the world again. I hope so.
He used to use Ford engines and whatnot.
Yeah, he did.
Is he doing that?
I think his relationship with Ford's still there, so probably I would think so. And if the Predator engine can hit 1,200 horsepower from Hennessy, I would think in the right car that'll do it. Like you said, it does depend a lot on aero at those speeds.
Yep.
But I thought that was pretty awesome. So then I was showing you guys right before we started the Kevin Hart accident. That's been the big thing in the news the past couple days. He has his Speed Core Barracuda. It's a 70 Barracuda with a Hellcat engine. I don't know, like, we're really close, guys, but I don't know if I owned that car, if I'd be like, hey, let's go haul ass down Mulholland at 2 o'clock in the morning or whatever the hell it was.
No.
I don't know. Here's something that's a little bit suspicious to me. So Kevin Hart's worth like $200 million or something like that. I mean, it's just a crazy amount. He's incredibly wealthy.
He does well.
Do you think maybe, just maybe, they're not telling the whole truth? I'm wondering, because when his security detail, which is this is their words, his security detail was following them in an SUV. So when they wrecked and they rolled down an embankment, when they lost control, his security team, they came and got him out of the car and took him home. And he went to the hospital later by himself. The police got the other ones out of the car when they responded to the accident. I don't know. I like Kevin Hart. He's hilarious. And he's really nice for letting someone drive his car like that. I don't know, guys. That's a little fishy, don't you think?
I believe they all left away or got carted away, whatever.
Yeah.
They're still alive.
Yeah, they're all safe. His buddy and Kevin Hart himself, they both had to have back surgery and some other issues. I mean, the top of that car was crushed. They had to cut it off to get them out of it. So,
he's only.
Yeah. He's what?
It's a good thing he's only 5'4".
I was gonna say, are you making a short joke? Yeah, I was watching an interview clip with him earlier, and it's crazy how small he is next to normal sized people. It's pretty wild, but apparently he already had back surgery, so he's already had the surgery he needed, and he's recovering already, and they've got physical therapy, everything lined up for him. No updates on his buddy other than he's okay. Like, whatever had to be done. Supposedly he had back problems too, but the woman was fine. She didn't require any medical treatment. So, the lesson here is if you have a 700 some horsepower classic car that's been hopped up, a roll cage, gentlemen. A roll cage is a great idea. And with that kind of money, you can make it carbon fiber and build it right into the frame of the car so that it's barely noticeable on there. Because that's what got him. When it rolled, it crushed the roof.
Yeah, it went right on.
Yeah.
Roof line was gone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep. Much like the zookeeper in Germany, who was just trying to do her job. And that rhino flipped that car 3 times and then beat the hell out of it. That was awesome.
Really scary, eh?
It is, and I feel really bad because when I see a video like that, that's my first thought isn't, man, I hope she's okay. My first thought is, wow, that's really cool. That rhino's really strong. Oh, that's horrible. But also awesome. What else was I going to tell you guys? Oh, you'll love this. It's actually fitting and it's not surprising, but it's annoying to me. So Tesla announced today that they are now 100% leather free. That's right. No animals will be harmed. No animals were used to provide comfort for the owners of those overpriced cars. uh, yeah. The article I read said that they went full vegan. Tesla is full vegan, no leather.
So stupid.
It is. It really is. It's just annoying. What was that saying? And I've said this probably several times, but I don't know how many of my friends are vegetarian, but I know how many of them are vegan.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, if they're a CrossFit vegan, oh my goodness.
Then you got to give them space.
Yep.
The other funny crap that's been going on, I wanted to hear what you guys thought of it. So Popeye's Chicken is under lawsuit from several different people for running out of their new chicken sandwich. I'm not even joking. The lawsuit states that this guy went to 4 different Popeyes restaurants and they were sold out in all the locations, and he wasted his time and his gas getting that chicken sandwich. And he feels it's their responsibility because due to marketing and everyone's reaction to it, he just can't get it out of his head. He's got to have that chicken sandwich. And so what he did was he made a deal with a worker at Popeyes for $25 to get the worker's chicken sandwich. And the worker took his money and stiffed him. That was the last straw. Now he's suing. Oh, I don't know about that, guys. How bad have you ever wanted a chicken sandwich, Kyle?
Well, can I tell a story?
Yes. Give it a second, because you locked up for just a bit.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. We were at a coach's clinic heading home and going through the drive. Apparently, we told the and we wanted back a chicken effing sandwich. Well, must have wanted one really bad.
What?
Suing anybody? But
I've seen people get really pissed at fast food places over food, but I don't know. That's weird. That's weird. So then the other conspiracy theory surrounding this, because what happened was Popeyes got... The reason Popeyes even did this, because it's like a short-term thing for them, it's not normally on their menu, was something to do with them fighting with Chick-fil-A, which is weird. But but the conspiracy theorists say that like this like blew up. It went viral. Like everybody wants a Popeyes chicken sandwich, and so all this crap's going on, and they really are sold out pretty much everywhere. Like you just can't even get one. But a lot of people said like there was all this uproar over Epstein's death and all this other stuff, and then this happened. So this is the new conspiracy theory is the CIA or the Clintons put Popeye's chicken up to this to take heat off of Epstein's death. I'm not even joking. That is the going theory for these crazy conspiracy theorist folks. I think that's awesome. I think Popeye's got a lot of free publicity out of that.
Yeah, that worked out.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, and then last thing is I was watching today, Eddie Hall has decided. Oh, I shared with you guys that video of those guys just dinking around. It's like behind the scenes video of the filming of that show on History Channel. Um, Eddie Hall posted to his own. He was he benched 585 for a couple, and he says he's on his way to 700 pounds. Because both him and Brian Shaw have been talking about powerlifting meets, and apparently Halfthor's gonna compete in one here in a couple months. I think that's really interesting to get those strongmen in there. Just because, like, what's a big total right now? Like 2,700, like 2,500 pounds even in a powerlifting meet. That's pretty huge. In fact, I think the last one I saw, the super heavyweight, had a 3 lift total of like 2,400 and some pounds. But if you think like say Brian Shaw, he can deadlift 1,000 pounds. He can also squat pretty damn near 1,000 pounds. In fact, he thinks he could if he was going for a 1 rep max, like if he really trained just to do that. So the question is how big can they get their bench? And Eddie's confident that he can hit 700. So I'm curious. It would be pretty neat to see them hit 2,700 on their total if those guys could actually pull that off.
I think there's a good
What's that, dude?
3 lifts.
What's that?
Somebody's doing over 3,000 pounds in 3 lifts.
See, yeah, okay. I'm not shocked. I was wondering what would be the world record there. But that's what I was getting at with these guys is you have the potential for them to hit 3,000 pounds. You really do if they really went for it. But that makes sense that someone's already there. That'll be nuts though for those guys to cross over like that. If they ultimately do. But I don't know. I could see like those 3-4 guys in particular. I could see lots of TV shows with them. It's just weird to see people that big, right? It's fascinating.
Uh-huh.
It's like Eddie Murphy and his obsession with those Little Women shows. He's talking, because I love those things too. But I was listening to an interview with him and Jerry Seinfeld, and he was talking about Little Women Atlanta and Little Women LA and how they're different, but they have all this attitude. And he says, if you've ever seen a little woman strut off in anger, he goes, it's the best thing in the world. And I agree. That's why I watch it too. When they get pissed, it's adorable. I love it. But so here's what I don't like about powerlifting. Now, and I have my own conspiracy theory, so I'm going to put my tinfoil hat on. So in powerlifting, they have weighted values to your overall score. When they're doing overall scoring, they have a weighted value of percentage of your body weight versus what you lifted. And so the overall champions many times lately are these 2 women. Steffi Cohen's one of them, but there's this Russian chick that actually beats Steffi out. And here's the thing, like, they both weigh like 100 and something pounds, like 120 pounds, whatever it is, 115. Hope that's not offensive to them if they ever heard this. But it's something like that. And Steffi, I've seen her pull almost 500 pounds. Maybe it's been over now, but so they're winning overall in a powerlifting competition where the men are competing as well. So they're winning overall. That's what I mean. So like, it doesn't matter if you went there and pulled 700 pounds. They'd say, well, you weigh 240, so you're double her weight, but you didn't pull double her weight, so she wins. My problem with that is it's the same analogy with taking a car over 200 miles an hour. So this is what they were talking about when it comes to aerodynamics in cars. In order to go 5 miles an hour quicker at, say, 215 miles an hour, you need like 400 more horsepower. It's the same horsepower that a Mustang will use to go 160 miles an hour. And that's because of the aero challenges at that speed for any car. So I would say the same thing with strength. When you hit a certain strength level, and you kind of know what it is, like what's a regular gym guy able to lift? Like what's the ceiling right now? Generally it's 400 pounds on bench, 500-ish pounds squat. It takes a ton more strength to hit even 50, 60 more pounds. It's a big difference in man, right? At a certain level. I mean, you see the gym rats who can do that, like 5, 6, 7, even 700 pounds. And then you see the guys that can do 8 or 900. There is a massive difference in their size. And I don't like that. I think the overall lift should determine the champion. That's it. I think it's so stupid to have this weighted thing. It's a powerlifting competition. Who can lift the most? I don't care if you weigh 600 pounds and you bench 605 and win because no one else benched 605. I don't care. You're still the strongest guy there.
Uh-huh.
But that's what they do. So, and CrossFitters in particular, and some of them, what do they say is the ideal size for a CrossFitter? It's like, for a man, it's like 175 pounds or something like that. But there's some of these CrossFitters that are crossing over into some of these powerlifting meets because for their size, they're very strong for their size. But where strength is concerned, they're not that strong. I don't know. Does that make any sense?
Pound for pound.
Yeah, the pound for pound crap. I mean, it's impressive, but when you're in a competition for strength, to me, the strongest, the heaviest lifts should win. That's just, I don't know. To me, that seems so logical.
Exactly.
Am I bitter because Steffi can lift more than me and she's tiny? Yes. Yes, I am. That is crap.
Cheating.
Yeah, I think she's cheating. Those are foam weights. But I don't like that. I don't like that in the scoring because to me, you're creating a scoring criteria so weaker people can compete with stronger people. That's what you did. You created a set of rules to try to even the playing field, but you didn't because you don't take into account the level of difficulty past a certain point. Look at all the guys in strongman. How many of them can actually pull 1,000 pounds? And even powerlifting, strongman to powerlifting, who can pull over 1,000 pounds? There's a handful of people, and they all kind of look the same. They're all 350 to 400 pound men. They just are. Dr. Deadlift is getting the closest, but even he's not quite there. He just has those crazy hands. He's insane. So I don't know. I don't like that though. I think that sucks.
Oh, I agree.
I get it, but I also I get why they're doing it. I just think it's wrong. I guess that's my opinion.
Oh.
It's like Kyle. Kyle, you weigh like 40, 50 pounds less than me. But you can lift more than me. I respect that.
Thank you.
But if I outlifted you and you were like, yeah, but you weigh 50 more pounds than me, who cares? Too bad, so sad.
Well, hey, since we should have our own powerlifting comp, the three of us.
Oh my god. We could. We're not going to have a piss test, are we? Because I won't pass it. But I do have a doctor's note, so.
That though, the horse strength.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I haven't worked out in weeks and weeks now. But we are planning to get back in there. I think it's a good idea. I'd love to do it this winter. Any time, really. But I think we would all need at least. Yeah.
We could film it and gym session.
Yeah, I would do it.
Micah
I used to.
and Tommy, I love you, but Natalie needs help with her homework, and your friend Kyle has to go.
Yes, April. I'm leaving.
Goodbye.
I'm
oh
leaving.
my god.
I'm leaving that in
can edit
so that
that out.
everyone can hear that. I could edit it out, but I won't.
Oh.
Thank you, April. Thank you for that.
Everyone in Taiwan.
That was April.
I,
That was Kyle's wife. What do you think, man?
He wanted her. He got her.
The fun part is that's Tom's sister, so that's awesome.
We're almost equal on.
All right. Well, obviously I've run out of things to talk about now because now I'm just bitching about things. I'm starting to sound like an old man.
We're gonna have our powerlifting competition, the three of us.
Yeah. 3 lifts.
I don't care who gets hurt the most.
I'll just wuss out and do less weight.
You win.
Yep. You pulled how much? Okay. Well, I didn't do that.
You're just afraid of my 2 play.
Yes. Straps or no straps? This is important.
Straps. Oh.
In powerlifting comp, they're not allowed to use them. I don't know. See, I know I won't hurt myself if I can't use straps because I'm not going to be able to pick up that much weight. Got to work on that grip strength.
Yeah.
Get that 225 real clean, though. Real clean. That sounds good, fellas.
Awesome.
Kyle, you go be a good dad.
Hey, thanks, guys.
I'm going to go watch TV. All right, we'll catch you later.
Yeah, bye.